In order to achieve success in any aspect of life, whether personal or professional, effective communication is a must have ability. Communication skills foster self assurance and optimism, two character attributes that can help you achieve your objective more effectively. Now, we will explore what it genuinely means to be a good communicator that is essentially used in our daily living, specifically in our workplace. The question, what makes a good communicator, is one that we may pose to ourselves. An excellent communicator is someone who properly expresses their message while also being attentive and responsive to the feedback of other people. Those who are effective communicators communicate in a straightforward and direct way, utilizing simple language that is readily understood. When it comes to their emotions and perspectives, they are often outspoken, but they are also receptive to recommendations from others, which is a rare trait in this group. Making eye contact and using affirming language like I hear you or I understand your worries when listening are important communication skills for good communicators. In this section, we will examine why being an excellent communicator is vital for every person. It's a question of how it might tangibly affect us, particularly in our future professional lives. So, why is effective communication important? Effective communication important because it can help both personal and professional relationships work more cooperatively and productively if it is done well. To be a good team member, you need to be able to make your points clear and understand what others say. People who can speak and listen well in the workplace are better able to help the company and build strong relationships at the same time. As a prospective educator, I am developing some skills and characteristics that will help me communicate effectively in the future, which will be useful in my professional life. And here's an overview of the list of the traits that I acquire. First, I contribute actively. Effective communicators are almost certainly essential to the success of a company's operations. Those working in this field are familiar with the organization's goal and are skilled at communicating with their coworkers. They also know how to listen to others and accept instruction when it is necessary. Second, I express selves freely. Effective communicators know the value of being straightforward with their thoughts. Effective communicators will express whether they believe their team has a good strategy or if anything needs to be changed. If they disagree with others, they remain forceful and courteous. Lastly, I have my own style of communication. Being memorable is part of being a good communicator. For example, people may recall your suggestion when they need a different viewpoint. Your communication style might include your voice inflection, body posture, humor, personal experiences, and etc. So, being an effective communicator requires continuous practice. You can develop your communication skills by following these steps: know your purpose, identify your audience, have a plan, listen actively, speak clearly, use appropriate body language, and lastly, be approachable. First, know your purpose. Speeches may be persuasive, informative, or educational. Knowing your goals might help you develop your communication approach. If you want to educate your audience, you may use statistics to back up your claims. A compelling speech may incorporate stronger emotional appeals to help your audience connect. Second, identify your audience. It's also crucial to know who you're presenting to. You may be more informal and amusing while you're selling a new product to a long-time customer than when you're presenting research result at a medical conference. The audience's age, professional standing is very important, and if you're trying to sell them anything, may all influence how you arrange your message. Third, have a plan. It is important to arrange your opinion in advance to engage your audience. If you're a city planner proposing a new park, you need to know where it will be placed, how the city will pay for it, and other details. You should also anticipate your audience's criticisms and prepare replies ahead of time. And then listen actively. Active listeners show attention in what the speaker says. This includes maintaining a straight posture, eye contact, and little movement. To show interest, you should occasionally let the other person know you're listening by simply asking, what would you want to happen now? Or how can I assist you with your plan? And then speak clearly, where it includes a variety of factors such as tone, volume, and pacing. Make sure your tone is appropriate to the audience, for instance, being formal with a board of directors and casual with a group of friends. If you're speaking to a group in a large room, a loud volume is likely most appropriate. Additionally, ensure you're speaking at a pace that listeners can follow. Use appropriate body language, whether you're sitting or standing. Keeping an upright posture conveys active listening. If you're in a small group, maintain eye contact so the speaker knows you're invested in the conversation. In any size, group distraction to a minimum, such as only looking at your phone in the case of an emergency. And lastly, be approachable. Effective communicators should not only practice their abilities in talks but also seem to welcome additional communication. In the workplace, successful communicators welcome feedback from colleagues and maintain an open door policy or otherwise encourage dialogue. People will approach you with issues or suggestions if they feel respected and accepted. Once you know the basic components of being an effective communicator, it can also help to know what to avoid. Here are some common issues to be aware of when working toward being a more effective communicator. First, rushed or slow pacing. Second, uncontrolled emotion. Third, loss of focus. Fourth, inconsistency. And lastly, interrupting. To be a good communicator, choose their words well, understand their audience, and connect with them at the right time and place. By applying these tips and practicing often, you can master the skills and learn how to be an effective communicator. Thank you.